Hey, what is happening, folks? It is Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you to another episode of The Good, The Bad, The Awesome, where we unbox and give my first reaction to all things pop culture. So when I see it, you see it. And if you like to see what I see, hit that like, subscribe, get notified when we have new videos. It only helps the channel. And today, what we're going to be talking about, we're finally going back to my favorite, my roots, Transformers. We're going to go to Transformers and we're going to look at one that's from the Robots in Disguise universe. Yes, we're going to be looking at Transformers Legacy Sideburn. And we're going to see if Sideburns are cool again, or should you put this back? So let's go to my table and see if Sideburn is worth the burn. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right. We've got a car here from the Robots in Disguise 2001 universe, Autobot Sideburn. Cocky little kid who was an Autobot, and I'm looking forward to collecting these Robots in Disguise ones because I did back the HasLab RID Omega Prime, so I can't wait to, I hope they release more so that way I have some more of their minions, and maybe the RID Megatron would be cool as well. But you can see right next to him is the Cyberverse Shadow Striker, which is the mold that it is pretty much a direct, almost direct repaint of, but just a little bit of retooling in the head and some things like that, and bing bang boom, we've got Sideburn here. So Shadow Striker, we're going to move you out of the way for right now until we come back a little bit later with that. But here is the box. Love the harder plastic. They put the plastic ties again. Wish they put the window back so that people can't mess with them. But love the artwork over here on the side. Can't wait to get Tidal Wave. Hopefully I can get him pretty soon. There it is, the back, 18 easy steps. And then this side with Sideburn again. But what we want to do is get this baby out of the box and get him onto my table. So through the magic of video editing, Sideburn, transform, roll out, and get out of the box now. Here is the burner of sides, or the side of burner, Sideburn out of the box into my package. Yeah, not into my package. That would be weird. That'd be very strange. But onto my table, and this is what you get in the package. You of course get the hood, which acts as a shield for him. You also get this piece, which connects to this gun right here, which kind of acts as the gun on there, which is kind of silly. And then you get the instructions, of course, and so you got the instructions that you can use stuff with. And then you get Sideburn himself right there. And Sideburn himself, if we take a look at him, let's move all this stuff out of the way. From a height standpoint, we're looking at about 5 inches tall. So deluxe class he is. Picked him up from Target for about $24.99 minus my red card discount on that. So you can pick them up at any of your local retailers. But let's bring Sideburn in for a closer look. And there is that face. Love the yellow. I mean, it looks just like kind of the cartoon guy there. But that little yellow over his eye, he almost looks like a Borg from Star Trek, or like a I don't know, like some kind of cyborg or something like that. Terminator. He's a Terminator. Sideburn the Terminator. But anyway, but it looks like that. I think it looks really cool. Love the color scheme. The red and the blue and the white, I think look really, really good. The purple and the red looked really good, but I think the red, blue, and white on Sideburn looks so, so good. And then, of course, on the back, you can kind of see the flames that are painted right here that are a part of his burns. And then the Autobot logo sitting up here. And then, yeah, it feels pretty good in the hands. I mean, it's made of this typical Hasbro plastic and all that good stuff. From an articulation, of course, you got the head does its thing. Arms, you can move. You do have this backpack that kind of gets in the way. You have this shoulder, kind of this no ab crunch, but you can make the legs do like so. 90 degree, like a Jean-Claude Van Damme. And then you got 90 degree bend here. You can kick it up, but kicking it back will be kind of tough because of his side skirts there. And then the feet, you do have some tiltage that you can do as well. So that is, again, Sideburn. So let me get his stuff on him. We'll get his gun gunning here. Now, the one thing I wish Hasbro would include, but I guess it would kind of leave Toy Hacks out in the dust, is just give us some labels we can kind of put on this guy to pimp him out a little bit more. That would be awesome. Awesome to have some labels that we can do things with. So let's put this. This will go right here in this little peg hole right there. Why don't you get in the hole? That's what she said. There. We'll get in there. Get in. Get in. Get in. Why don't you go to your home? There we go. Now we have him shielded up and weaponed out so that way he can do his things. Now you can use this too as well as all sorts of different ways you can kind of set that up. But there he is with his weapons. Now you can have it on this side or this side, whichever side you want to. I just put it on the same side as Shadow Striker. So we'll bring them both in so you can kind of see them together. But that's how they look together again. Basically doppelgangers, evil twins, whatever you want to call them, are here together on that. But you can kind of see the mold doesn't change that much here on this, except for right in this area versus this area right here. I mean, if you turn it to the back, we got flames, no flames. But yeah, you still have the same gimmick with all around. Only seems like the waist has been retooled a little bit, and the head, of course, has been retooled a little bit. But let me bring in a few other bots that we can kind of compare him with. Well, shall we compare him to a few other bots? So let's compare him first to Mirage. This is New Age's Mirage, so that's a legend scale bot. Little tiny guy right there. Let's go core class with the core class Optimus Prime. There he is. Not my Prime. You're not my Prime. Boom. There we go. Then let's go, well, we already saw Deluxe with Shadow Striker. Let's go Voyager with this Prime. Not my Prime, but you're too big for me to knock over there. So we got that guy. He's so big. Love that Prime there. And then let's just show you with Commander Class Ultra Magnus Studio Series 86. Does not fit in frame because he's so freaking big. You're not my Ultra. Well, I'm not going to hit you. I'm not going to hit you. So, but yeah, there he is. Of course, we know that Prime and RID is a fire truck. Ultra Magnus is still a Ultra Magnus there, but Shadow Striker is not in the universe. This is Sideburns. So let's do this. Let's transform Sideburn into his alt form and see what that is all about. All right, here is Sideburn after transformation into his alt mode. And I think he looks gorgeous. He is a gorgeous boy. I mean, he rolls really well. You can have him drifting. Yep, so you can have some fun with him. But let's take a look at him. I love the flames. That is awesome. I can't wait to see what Toy Hacks may do with this. But of course, you got the engine right up there. Got the flames on the hood. I think this just looks really, really good. Now, I've been having I just got to get it all pegged in just right, but I've been having some gappiness issues, but I think that's just my, just not getting it in all the way, but I think it looks really, 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 really nice. Love how everything just kind of folds up and folds together. The only thing that's a little bit of a booger bear is right in here. You got to the instructions say to peg this stuff in first and then put this on. What I would say is don't peg the legs all the way in, put this down and then kind of squeeze it in right there, and I think that would work much better. But the only really nuanced complaint I have is this back here. I wish there was some red here, some paint or something like that. I'm sure Toy Hacks will make some decals or something like that, but there's this gappiness piece right here, and I know it's probably just supposed to be the spoiler or whatever it may be, but it just kind of throws me off a little bit. But other than that, really, really nice little car. I think, you know, from a size standpoint, I mean, about 5 inches right there. So really, really cool. Really love it. I think it looks great. Let's bring in his brother or sister from another mother, Shadow Striker, and you can kind of see how they look together. So there they are, kind of from the front there. Side profile. I mean, pretty much the most identical car that there is. Just Shadow Striker versus Sideburn I like the flame details much better, and I like the blue better than the purple and the red, but I think the blue and the chrome actually looks a lot better than that. But there they are compared to each other as they kind of cross paths and playing around. That's cool. There he goes. Well, anyways, let's get back together for some of my final thoughts and tell you if you should buy it, and maybe hopefully I didn't break it. So what do I think of the burns of the sides, aka sideburns? Let's bring him back. Sideburn. Let's bring him back in. This is probably the way I'll keep him. Looks a little heroic there. And so my final thoughts on him, I think he's a pretty decent bot. The deluxe class figures have been really doing a lot for me, and I know this is just a repaint and a little bit of a retool of Shadow Striker, or Cloud Striker, or whatever her name is, but I like this paint better. The blue, the yellow, the flames on the back, I think look so much better. I love the blue, white, and yellow. Nothing wrong with the purple. Don't get me wrong, but I think this looks really good, and I think it's a pretty good representation of the RID Sideburn. I think he looks good. I think it looks great. I think it has the right amount of cockiness to him with the red, white, blue, and the face. That face looks so cool. I love it. You will be assimilated. We are the Borg. Prepare to be assimilated. But anyway, so I'll keep her probably in alt mode. I'll keep him in robot mode. One of the things I love about Hasbro figures, for me, they're easier to transform. They actually are a joy and fun for me to transform versus, don't get me wrong, I love third-party figures. I love them, I love them, I love them. I think they look great, especially my Legend scale figures. I think they look awesome, but sometimes they can be a pain in the patootie to transform, whereas these Hasbro figures actually are kind of a joy. Some people may think they're a little too simplistic, but I enjoy it. And that's the thing, you should enjoy playing with your toys, right? You shouldn't be like yelling curses at it or anything like that. You should enjoy playing with it, but really do enjoy it. I think on a scale, my only cons and gripes is some of the pegging it in for alt mode is a little bit different. So for example, I'll show you here on this one. So when you get to this part right here, it has you fold these legs in. What I found to be better is to kind of keep the legs out, fold this part in first, and then kind of put it all in together. I think that worked a little bit better for me. The other thing I didn't like was the gappiness right there on the back. That gappy part, I know this is probably just the spoiler and stuff like that, but it just seemed a little gappiness, and maybe that's just my error in transforming or whatever it may be, but it's just a little bit of the gappiness, and I had that same thing with Sideburn. So on a scale of good, bad, awesome, I'd give him a pretty really good. Pretty really good. He's not really awesome, but he's pretty really good. I think he would make a great addition to your collection. If I had my choice between this one or this one, I would go with Sideburn. I just like the colors on this one better. I think it looks great. Don't get me wrong, purple is awesome, but this red, white, blue, and yellow looks really, really good on him. So, yep, there we go. $24.99. Is what you'd pick him up for. Maybe wait for it to go on sale. Target sometimes runs deals and things like that. So, but yeah, I think you'll enjoy him. And he's been a little bit tough to find. You know, that's the thing too as well. So he's been a little bit tough to find, but I think you can get out there and find him. I saw him at Target. I've seen him at GameStop, and I picked this one up. I think I said Target, but I think I actually picked him up at GameStop and saw him and went yoink and took him into my collection. So. Tune in next time when we talk about something else, good or bad, or gooder, better, or awesomer. But in the meantime, y'all, remember, well, actually, before I get into that, maybe consider becoming a member. Yes, I'm stumbling over my words. Stumbling over my words. That's what you get. You get a mistake-filled Jimmy tonight. But maybe consider becoming a member where you financially support this channel. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. All proceeds go back into the channel. You can just kind of click on the link to say join, and we have different tiers that you can join. But with all that to say this, tune in next time when we talk about something else, good, bad, or awesome. But in the meantime, y'all remember to stay young, have fun, and be awesome. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye now.